Hello Castlers, Jayelawrence here again to bring you Tournament of Champions action, but before I do, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. We finally have our own channel, Castlers. Now let's get to the game. This was game 2 of 2 between Jayelawrence with the white pieces and CKMATEIN427 with the black. In game 1, Jayelawrence defeated CKMATEIN427 via timeout, so 427 was looking for redemption in this game. Let's get into it. Jay started out with e5, and 427 countered with d6, the Pierce defense. I hear a lot of players phonetically mispronounce it by calling it the Perk defense, but it's called the Pierce defense, named after the Slovenian grandmaster Vasya Pierce. 427 controls the e5 square and prepares for knight f6. Knight f3 from Jay, developing his kingside knight and controlling the e5 and d4 squares. Instead of knight f6, 427 opts for pawn to c5, transposing the Pierce defense into the Sicilian defense. Jay plays pawn to c3, the delayed Alpine variation of the Sicilian defense. 427 counters with knight f6, attacking the unguarded pawn on e4. Jay defends the pawn with d3. We then have knight c6, bishop e2, e6, h3, bishop e7, and then a kingside castle from Jay. 427 responds with h6, knight b to d2 from white, e5, a3, and now 427 castles kingside. Knight h2 from Jay. 427 looks for a pawn break with pawn to d5. Jay ignores it and plays b4. You then get a6, f4, e takes f4, and rook takes f4, Jay completing the equal exchange. 427 swings Big Mama over to c7 to threaten Jay's rook. Jay ignores the threat and plays knight d to f1, which allows his bishop to guard his rook on f4. Good move. 427 plays c takes b4. A takes b4, Jay completes the equal exchange. 427 then plays d takes e4. D takes e5, Jay recovers the pawn he lost. Equal exchange. Rook d8, 427 threatens Jay's queen. They hide queen with queen to e1. Knight e5, knight g4, knight f takes g4 from 427. H takes g4 from J, equal trade. Knight g6 from black, hitting the rook on f4. Jay is forced to move the rook to safety with rook to f3. Allowing for bishop takes g4, CKMATEIN427 snags the free pawn while simultaneously attacking the valuable rook again. Just an excellent execution of a plan. d3, Jay looking for an exit strategy. 427 then spots a combination that will lead to winning of material with the exchange bishop takes e2, rook takes d8 check from Jay, rook takes d8, queen takes e2. And finally, CKMATEIN427 completes the exchange with the move queen takes c3, snagging a free pawn. 427 is now up 2 pawns after the exchange and threatening for more, with the queen hitting the isolated rook on a1. Jay addresses this problem with the move queen to b2. Queen c4 is a good move as he threatens the isolated pawn on e4. Knight d2 guards the pawn and attacks the queen on c4. So CKMATEIN427 gets out of harm's way with queen c7. Queen b3 from Jay. Queen b6 check is an excellent move, threatening to win Jay's pawn on b4 as it is only guarded by Jay's queen, but is attacked twice from 427 with his queen and bishop that's on e7. Plus remember, Jay is in check, so he must address the check of the king here. King h1 is played by white. 427 says, forget the pawn, I'm hunting for bigger game, with the play of queen to f2. And it was after this move 27 in fact, Jay raised the proverbial white flag because he knew he was going to endure massive material loss and a slow death. So checkmate in 427 is victorious in game 2 and achieves a split in this 2-game set. Good job, 427. That will do it for me for this podcast. I'm Eladef07 saying stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.